All right, Deja, thank you for that. Well, today it is All Saints Day here in Louisiana, and new this morning, Lake Lawn Metairie Funeral Home is holding its annual All Saints Day Mass. That starts at 3 p.m. in front of the All Saints Mausoleum by Archbishop Gregory Amond, and everybody is invited to participate and honor their loved ones who passed away. All Saints Day, also known as All Hallows Day, is a Christian tradition commemorating the lives of all Christian saints, known and unknown. Also today, just a heads up because it is a holiday technically, the Orleans Parish Civil District Court and First City Court and Second City Court will be closed today in observance of All Saints Day.
6:04 this morning, this week marking phase 2 of school reopening plans over in St. John the Baptist Parish, now 2 months removed from Hurricane Ida. Students designated to return to the host campuses of 5th Ward Elementary, East St. John Preparatory School, and Lake Pontchartrain Elementary will return to in-person classes tomorrow. Phase 3 of reopening plans are still being worked out as campuses in that phase are still being reassessed at this time. Meanwhile, FEMA is giving Louisiana flood insurance policyholders some extra time to submit their proof of loss forms and documentation. This is for damage sustained from Hurricane Ida. People usually have 60 days after that damage to provide the information, but FEMA has tripled that time for Louisiana residents with Ida destruction to their property. The federal agency extending the deadline to 180 days to now turn over the required forms and information, such as contractor estimates, receipts, photographs of the damage as well. The proof of loss form is a signed statement explaining how much repair or replacement of the damaged property and what it is estimated to cost.
Well, it's record-setting aid for some of you following Hurricane Ida. More than 323,000 of you got emergency food stamps following that storm. That's the second largest distribution of food stamps in the history of disaster supplemental nutrition assistance program. That's according to the state. The federal government gave out about $67 million to people after Hurricane Ida, spanning the 25 parishes that were eligible. And if you're looking for a job, Winn-Dixie is hosting a statewide job fair tomorrow. The company is looking to fill a variety of both full and part-time positions at its 28 stores across the state. We're told that store managers will even be on site accepting those applications and even doing interviews from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. So if you're interested, you're encouraged to apply online at segrocers.com/careers or walk into your local Winn-Dixie.
Saints fans waking up feeling pretty good about the great team win for the Black and Gold against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Down goes Tom Brady. But yeah, it comes at a pretty big price. Starting quarterback Jameis Winston likely out for the remainder of this season after he suffered this injury in the team's win over the Bucks. Check out the play and just the horse collar tackle. Geez, just so unfortunate where Jameis got hurt. A left knee injury. You could see it buckle there. NFL Network reports it as a serious ACL injury. And then after the win, after the 36-27 victory, Saints coach Sean Payton described the injury as significant. Said he was in tears, cried when he saw Jameis on crutches too.
It's just hard to watch him. At the Dome too, seeing that happen.
That's painful, but I mean, so much work and great team effort, people stepping up, and what a day overall for the Saints, for the state of Louisiana, really to kick off legal sports betting as the Saints again tackle Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks in the Caesars Superdome.
Yeah, getting it done there, and along with a full slate of NFL games really across the board. What could have been the deciding game of the World Series, it was also being played in Atlanta, so a lot of things to be bet on. But as WDSU reporter Heath Allen shows us, New Orleans kicked things off in true New Orleans fashion. Hey there, Heath.
Yes, indeed. There were a lot of things that people could bet on yesterday, but it was a pretty safe bet here in the city of New Orleans that when the first legal wager went down, yeah, there would be some flair. There'd be a little bit of lagniappe here, if you will. Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert putting down the first legal sports bet here at Harrah's yesterday. And, of course, he bet on the Saints to go ahead and win that football game yesterday, and you got to believe that he did it with a little something extra along with that. Took more than a year for sports betting to take hold here in the state of Louisiana. November 2020, voters in 55 parishes gave it the green light. Lawmakers gave thumbs up to it last June, and of course, the first bet, as we say, came with a little bit of gravy, if you will.
It's just great to be part of this, and I tell you what, being associated with Second Harvest and their food bank, all they've done since Katrina, Hurricane Ida, and with COVID and everything, it was just a no-brainer for me to get involved. And then also the Saints legends, the Saints alumni, we all love the New Orleans Saints, and obviously they love the Who Dat Nation.
So I'm told about 1,100 bucks he put down on the Saints yesterday. So a pretty good piece of change turning around, going back to Second Harvest as legal sports wagering gets underway here in the state of Louisiana. Guys, back to you.
All right, Heath, good stuff right there. Heath Allen reporting live this morning. Thank you very much. Time now 6:09 on this All Saints Day, and hey, all eyes were on the Saints, the big win yesterday, but shaping up to be a fantastic Monday here in the Big Easy. Everyone feeling pretty good, and you all kind of felt normal over the weekend. All the Halloween festivities, the big crowd back in the Dome, and still in the middle of a pandemic, but people feeling pretty good, back to normal a little bit.
Yeah, and the weather was really picture perfect for all those events that were taking place really across Southeast Louisiana, Damon.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, people were thinking that it was going to be a big challenge to beat the Tampa Bay with Jameis. And
Yeah.
when he went down, you know, a lot of folks just kind of said, "Okay, this is a loss."
We didn't even know who the third string quarterback was, unfortunately.
You know.
We were sitting there like, okay, wait, Taysom's out. So
everybody was
next?
Googling him. Everyone Googled him. It was crazy. But I tell you what, it's always great to be here on a Monday after a Saints win. That's for sure. Some clear skies across Southeast Louisiana. Take a look at the temperatures outside. It's a little bit on the chilly side, especially if you're on the North Shore, where in Slidell and Bogalusa, you're both at 49 degrees. Hammond, you're at 50 this morning. Belle Chase, not much warmer at 51 degrees. Homer, you're at 54 degrees. Over at the lakefront, it is 64. And your temperatures this afternoon in Belle Chase, probably up to about 75 degrees with lots of sunshine all day long. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for Houma. Houma, you're up to 77 degrees this afternoon with nothing but sunshine all day long. Clear skies tonight. Grand Isle up to 73 degrees. A little more cloud cover for you, but no rainfall expected, and clear skies later on tonight.
All right, David, thank you for that. Well, Texas's controversial abortion ban going before the Supreme Court. Why abortion is not the main argument here.
And Governor John Bel Edwards waking up overseas today. He's set for 2 climate change discussions over there in Scotland. We'll have the latest on his schedule and what it looks like this morning.
Well, time now at 6:13, and abortion is back in the spotlight as the Supreme Court takes up challenges to a new Texas law. That law bans abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. So that's the big thing there.
Yeah, and for the very latest, we check in with our colleague Christopher Salas. He's got more from our Hearst, Washington bureau this morning. And Christopher, abortion not directly at issue here.
Randy, Chad, good morning. The question before the Supreme Court is whether the Justice Department has the right to sue to prevent the law from being enforced. A fast-track showdown in the Supreme Court over a controversial abortion law.
This is the culmination of what has been, for some, the top conservative issue of the last several decades.
This morning, the High Court will hear arguments on the Texas law known as SB 8. It bans abortion once a heartbeat is detected, usually around 6 weeks and before some women know they're pregnant. The court agreed to hear appeals from a coalition of abortion providers and the federal government, who argue the law violates Roe v. Wade.
They won't have to overturn it, but they can set the rules much more strictly.
But abortion is not directly at issue. Rather, the law's enforcement mechanism, which Chief Justice John Roberts described as, quote, unusual if not unprecedented. SB 8 allows private citizens to sue anyone who aids or abets an abortion. Texas lawmakers said they designed the law that way precisely to make it hard to challenge in federal court. While Roe is not the main argument, the court's decision will set precedent for future arguments this term.
The very fact that the court is hearing these arguments instead of what previous courts have done, which is say, hey, this is a settled matter, we already decided this, is a sign that some sort of change is widely expected.
In exactly 1 month from today, on December 1st, the Supreme Court will hear an argument out of Mississippi that directly challenges Roe v. Wade, the legal precedent that made abortion legal throughout the United States. In Washington, I'm Christopher Salas, WDSU News.
Christopher, thank you very much. The Texas law has been in effect since September.
6:15 now. Meanwhile, back at the U.S. Capitol, House Democratic leaders are pushing for votes on both the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill and the net larger $1.75 trillion economic plan as soon as tomorrow. A new version of the bigger bill might be introduced as soon as today. If it passes the House, the infrastructure bill would then go to President Biden's desk for his signature, while the economic bill would go to the Senate for a vote. Timing critical here because on December 3rd, government funding runs out.
6:16 this morning, leaders of the nations with the world's largest economies will now endorse a 15% global minimum tax on corporations. The goal here is to reverse slowly declining taxes on multinational corporations. Experts say this trend has prevented governments from funding social spending programs. The endorsement, if it's implemented, will put a floor on corporate taxes. U.S. Secretary Janet Yellen hailed the move, saying it will help businesses and workers alike.
Well, this morning, Governor Jeb Bill Edwards is joining in on two discussions at the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference. It's all the parties there in Glasgow, Scotland. The first one's going to be at 8 this morning, our time, with the Environmental Defense Fund about resilience, energy transitions, also methane. Then at 9, he'll participate in the multi-level government action on climate resilience adaptations panel. We're going to keep you posted here on WDSU as he, again, attends that Climate Change Summit.
Clear skies and chilly temperatures this morning, and we've been dealing with some measure of patchy dense fog, mainly down here on the South Shore. The visibility, however, has improved over in Belle Chase. They were below a mile of visibility. Now they're out to 3 miles. And other places down here on the South Shore dealing with some of that patchy dense fog as well. But the North Shore, Mississippi Gulf Coast, you're looking great this morning. Let me take you out to the tropics, and you know, we still are in hurricane season. And with that in mind, we've got this tropical wave that is several hundred miles away from the Cabo Verde Islands, and that has a low chance of developing into a tropical system, a 20% chance, in fact, of that developing into a tropical system. Besides that, we are following, of course, subtropical storm Wanda. Wanda is moving southeast at 7 miles per hour with 50-mile-per-hour winds, and it's just going to hang out here in the North Atlantic, and we'll be following Wanda all week long until at least until Saturday, when it probably will die out right before it gets to the Azores. And that's about it in the tropics right now. For us here locally, for today and for the next couple of days, high pressure is bringing us some pretty decent weather. This frontal boundary is going to stay about in that position for the next couple of days, finally make its way through here on Wednesday. And then it looks like that low is going to make its way across southeast Louisiana on Thursday, bringing us a chance of rainfall and only about a 30% chance. Not all models are in agreement that that is the case, but you know the biggest chance of rainfall for this week, just a heads up for you, is on Thursday. Right now, the radar picture is nice and clear, and it should stay that way all day long today and tomorrow for the most part. Temperature in Slidell and Bogalusa, 49 degrees, 50 degrees over in Hammond. It's 51 over the Naval Air Station in Belle Chase. The hot spot is Buras at 66 degrees, and the temperatures across southeast Louisiana later on this afternoon are going to be pretty nice. Right now, a little bit of fog over in Kenner at the airport, 57 degrees. Dew points, whenever they're in the 50s, it feels really good outside, and it's cool as well. Winds aren't blowing much at all right now. That's going to change later on this morning as temperatures rise to 74 to about 78 degrees. So a sunny and mild day, no rainfall expected. A clear, chilly and calm night for the most part, 46 to 57 degrees. And then tomorrow, sunshine, mild temperatures, a nice day overall, 74 to 77 degrees. I think you're going to enjoy your Wednesday too. Those temperatures in the mid 70s as well. There's the rainfall I'm expecting on Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Saint Sunday, it's looking great.
Taking a live look outside, this is look I-10 at Causeway. As you can see, those east and westbound lanes starting to pack up at this time. So if you're headed out the door, go ahead and give yourself just a little bit of extra time to make it to work or to get the kids to school this morning. Taking a look at the map, lots of green still coming in accident free. I want to start on the West Bank Expressway. We are seeing some congestion building from Ames. Traffic will start to slow down a little bit. You'll pump the brakes at Manhattan, and then it'll be about 30 miles per hour once you get to General de Gaulle on your approach to the Crescent City connection. But looking pretty good for the most part. That's normal around this time. Now, if you're coming from Mid-City, let's say you use Airline Highway, things looking good in both directions. Earhart Expressway looking great. It'll take you about 13 minutes to get from the Earhart Expressway down to Clearview, and then another 6-minute ride to get from there across the Huey P. But things looking good. Chad, back to you.
All right, Deja, thank you. And just ahead, a lot of fans of mac and cheese, all the lovers of Kraft mac and cheese, they've got a new club to test out their new flavors. We'll detail how you can take part in this tasty club coming up next.
I know at 6:23, I'm going to say some Kraft mac and cheese fans are drooling over a chance to test out some new flavors that I don't think sound appetizing at all, but each their own.
The concept sounds cool. Some of the different flavors, I'm not sure. All right, they've already introduced pumpkin spice, like everything across the world, pumpkin spice flavored mac and cheese, as well as candy flavored pink mac and cheese for Valentine's Day. But now the company is also introducing an exclusive flavors club. Members can be the first across the globe to try Kraft's new seasoning blends before they're released to the public, to stores. Members will also get access to clothing based on each flavor, like a plush hoodie for ranch, a jacket for pizza, sports jersey for Buffalo. Becoming a member is a multi-step process that includes signing on to Kraft's websites and then acting on social media drops. So, Dame and Deja, what do y'all think? Would y'all take part in the Kraft mac and cheese tasting exclusive club?
No.
No,
Try
it's
to
a no
these
for
new
me.
flavors.
No, just stick to the regular mac and cheese like we talked about, Chad, during the break. Ranch, pumpkin spice.
You know, the original mac and cheese is just so iconic, right?
Yeah.
And Kraft's been doing it for decades now.
Leave well enough alone.
The idea of candy with my mac and cheese
Yeah.
just doesn't, I just don't feel like it goes together. I feel like we're overreaching just a little bit, but.
You know, I mean, a lot of folks down here put a little extra spice on a mac and cheese. I mean, that's pretty good. Or you throw in some crawfish, or a little lobster mac and cheese. You've had that.
Mm,
That's
that sounds
pretty
really
good,
good.
That
too.
does sound good.
So we can sign up for that club.
Yes, for sure.
If it's that case, I don't know. My kids don't eat mac and cheese. I don't know
What?
how
What?
crazy is that? Maybe they would if it tasted like candy, but they are not mac and cheese
I have
fans.
never heard of a child. who
Well,
didn't
guess
eat
what?
mac
They
and
belong
cheese.
to me.
You know what? We've got a new
Would be my
challenge,
kids.
a new goal. We were talking about Thanksgiving's now just over 3 weeks away. We'll have to come up with some good homemade mac and cheese for Randy's little ones. So they will.
We will be eating it, guys. Just warning you right now. Whatever we come up with, we will be the ones that have to eat it because my kids they are not fans.
What?
I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't. It makes me very sad as a parent. Anyway, all right, well, November is expected to be the month that shots go into the youngest of arms. Speaking of kids this morning, when a key vote will take place to put those vaccines into motion straight ahead.
And some very somber news from Brazil. A bit later this hour, a deadly cave collapse in Brazil over the weekend. We'll have the latest from officials on this really just horrific accident.
Good morning. I love this pumpkin patch from Avery, who's from Thibodaux. Look at the pumpkins under the rainbow, and Avery has a beautiful smile. And of course, pumpkins cheaper after Halloween. Thanks to 1 Hour AC, you get this weather picture coloring book of the seasons of Louisiana. And I'll see you back here at 5, 6, and 10.
Well, happening today, parents in New Orleans can start applying for public school. The changes that you'll notice this year and why when you apply won't have any bearing on your child's chances.
Plus, you can officially place those bets. Sports betting now legal here in Louisiana. Who placed the first bet locally and its special significance.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News This Morning.